Hey, welcome back to another episode of Nobody Asked Me. It's your boy Malik S, man. And it's special now. It's special because now I got my co-host with me, man. So we taking it to another notch now, man. So, it's your boy Malik S. You know what I'm saying? And I got my guy with me now, my man Hess. You know what I'm saying? The white girl magnet, the X-strong safety, the light-skinned Haitian. You know what I'm saying? To my left. What's up, man?
I'm good, man. White girl magnet. That's hilarious.
Come on, man. It ain't a lie, though.
Nah, you ain't lying.
It ain't a lie, though. Like, I don't know what it is about Hess.
Nah, you know what? When I came out to LA, everything changed. It's an LA thing.
Okay.
It's an LA thing. Like, I started wearing cardigans and shit. Like,
right.
I ain't never wearing type of shit like that. And then, like, just white girls just started. The first time it happened, I was in a club. It was a bar downstairs from where I live, right next to the Pantages on Hollywood and Vine. And I went to a bar, and a white girl bought me a drink. And that was the first time somebody a girl bought me a drink. Right. And I was like, I can get used to this.
And then that was it.
That was it.
Gonna smash half of LA. All these rich politicians and doctors' daughters, man.
This nigga put all my business out there. Bro.
Hey, man, you was young,
You're right.
This is a new day, man. It's a pandemic. Like,
right.
Can't nobody judge you by 2020.
Yeah, nah.
I mean, 2020 is like a wash.
A whole new. This 2020, this is the year where you kind of like wipe the slate clean.
Yeah.
You say this, we gonna start new right now.
2020 is the year of you, realizing where you at in your life, what's important to you, how to prioritize your life. That's what I got from all this madness that happened in 2020. But 2020 been good to me, man. I can't complain.
Me neither, man. I think 2020, everybody, seemed to like hate on 2020 because, it's been a fucked up. I mean, can we curse on this, man?
I mean, we could curse.
It's been a really bad year for 2020. But I think if we look at 2020 as a way to kind of say we needed this year to sort of like, to turn it on, I think this was a good year for me. I mean, it's been great, to be honest.
I mean, you just wrapped the movie, didn't you?
Just wrapped the movie.
I mean,
we got some pickups to do, but I just wrapped the movie. I'm shooting another one actually in a couple days, so I'm going to Miami to shoot one. And I'm working on one already that I shot earlier in the year. And that was the first short that I directed, wrote, and acted in. So that's gonna come out. So it's been busy, man. That's
what is crazy, man. Yeah. Like, I think 2020 is the year of humble, and the year of get your shit together. That's what I got from it. Yeah. I really took my work ethic and my hustle to another level. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when we had that whole, like, those 4 months where that real shutdown.
Oh, right.
You should have came out of that with something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, I was in there with a guitar, and I was learning how to play the guitar. I was learning how to color film. I was doing all of that, bro. Yeah, all the time in the world.
I came out with 2 scripts. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It was like, I ain't got nothing to do. I finished Netflix. So it's like,
right. Everything. You just finished Netflix.
I finished the whole Netflix, bro. I finished everything. Man, it was crazy, man. But with that being said, man, nobody asked me, but I feel like I was thinking about something. We out here in Hollywood doing our thing, and whatever you may be trying to pursue. Should you have a plan B, or is a plan B planning to fail?
Yeah, a plan B is like a prenup.
Really, that's how you look at it.
It's a prenup to your life. You signing it knowing that shit ain't gonna last.
So you feel like you shouldn't have no plan B?
Well, because, this is how I look at it. If there's something in your heart to do,
right,
there's gonna be a lot of stuff in the world that's gonna tell you not to do it. You're gonna have bills. You're gonna have chicks or whoever, somebody in your life that's making you change your mind.
Right.
You're gonna have a lot of obstacles that's gonna make you not want to pursue whatever that is. But if you can make it past that, then you don't need no plan B.
Well,
the people that make it are the people that last the longest.
True, but and here's the thing. Here's the perspective on that. I agree with you, And I disagree at the same time because my situation, I think it's all about perspective and where you at in your life, because you say that as a single man with no children.
I got a dog. I got
okay, you got a dog. So, but all you have to do is pretty much fend for yourself. So basically, you doing your thing, you producing movies, you directing, you producing this podcast. So you doing your thing. But in those slow months, it's just you.
Yeah.
So I always feel like people who say you don't need a plan B usually don't have the responsibilities of people with children and a mortgage and just like married and, so and everybody I ever seen say you don't need a plan B already be successful.
How about this? It's not that you have a plan B, is that you have about 3 or 4 plan A's.
Yeah, I guess a plan co-A.
Right, exactly. Well, no, because I mean, when you doing this kind of stuff, that your business,
right.
entertainment, you're not just a writer,
right?
You're also an actor. You're also a producer. You're also a comedian.
Yeah.
So you're doing all these things. So the comedian stuff, you might not be, because COVID happened, you might not be on stage every day. So you still gonna be writing. So when you're writing, you might a show might get canceled. So you might, be doing something else. So there's a lot of, I mean, if you're doing something else, then that's something else. You might need a plan. Like if all you can do is play football,
right?
If that's the only thing, and then you tear an ACL,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, nah.
So it's just like when you tell somebody you don't need no plan B, you got a dude in college playing football, basketball, whatever it may be, and like you say, you play football, so you know the chances of getting drafted.
Yeah.
And I don't think that makes you not be passionate just because you're dealing with odds or reality, or I don't know. It just seemed like you should be passionate. You should put your all into it, but I think you should be prepared.
Yeah. I mean, prepared for playing football, or prepared for in case shit don't
shit don't work out. Because if let's say you've been playing football since you was 8, most dudes been, and then you get to be 19, 20, you tear that ACL and it's gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you got to be able to adjust.
Well, here's the thing, man. In our business, because we both Haitian, like you don't tell your mom and dad like I'm gonna be a stand-up comedian.
No,
they're like, what is that? You don't make money?
They don't even understand what that is.
So growing up, you can't necessarily. My dad was telling me, you're gonna be a doctor.
You gotta be a lawyer. Or lawyer. Haitians only have 2 careers: doctor or lawyer. There's only 2 careers in the world. That's it.
Exactly. And so in my mind, I'm like, I know I'm not gonna be a doctor.
Right.
I know I'm not gonna be a lawyer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta figure something out that I'm gonna do. And then it has to be something that where my dad can actually feel like, you know what I'm saying?
He's not embarrassed.
Right. Yeah. So then you end up going to college. Like when I went to college, I went to Florida International. I was like, all right, boom. I'm gonna major in psychology.
Right.
And I told my dad I'm gonna be a psychologist. But then when you go through Psych 101 and you do all these other classes, you're like, man, I ain't trying to do this. You know what I mean? You kind of learn who you are while you're in college. You're like, I don't want to do this. This doesn't make me happy. This has nothing to do with, what I feel.
Right.
And then so you decide I want to do this thing. And so, you just never talk to your parents about it.
It seemed like that's why when people go to college, like those first 2 years, you really don't even have to have a major.
Nah,
you don't even have to.
They call you undecided.
Yeah, because that's exactly what it is. You just kind of like, because I remember as a kid, I wanted to be a doctor for a couple years.
Wait, you wanted to be a doctor?
Yeah, then as I got older, I was like, I'm not Dr. Smart, So I was like, all right, I ain't gonna work. And you know what? I don't know if I was not Dr. Smart or Dr. Discipline.
Wait, how did you know you wanted to be a doctor?
I just wanted to be a doctor when I was a kid.
Were you good on the little thing with when you touch if you touch the side.
Oh, you talking about what was that game? Operation? Yeah, I was good at Operation. I never got the yeah. So
I was like, yeah, I'm good at Operation.
Yeah, I can operate. I can operate. I operate the fuck out of something. Yeah. But as you get older and then you start taking algebra and you start taking you're like, oh shit, I don't think I'm Dr. Material, So I don't know if I was not Dr. Material or if I was not Dr. Discipline. because you know I probably was smart enough, just not disciplined enough.
Yeah.
Then from doctor it went on to firefighter, like big drop. Big drop.
Yeah. They get all the girls though. Firefighters. Yeah.
Because when I found out how much firefighters were making and the hours they worked, like the average firefighter worked 98 days a year.
Wow. Really?
Yeah.
But they'll work like 3 days in a row.
Yeah, but then they
take 4
off for
days
5.
off. Right. Yeah.
Amazing, dude. So I was like, I'm gonna be a firefighter, and then just like you, and now here I am, comedian.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's funny, but I feel like I had kids early. I had my first son when I was 20. So I've been a parent my whole damn life, basically. Half my life I've been a parent.
Yeah.
So I never was able to move and do some of the things other people could do without, like yourself, without having to think like, oh, I got to make this much for me, but then I got to make this much for my son and his mom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I never had that luxury to be like, well, shit, if I make $1,500, I'm cool. I pay my rent. Nah, I always had to, you know what I'm saying? So it was always harder for me to just be like, man, I'm going to be an actor by all means. And you know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't going to only affect me if I wasn't making the income and providing. It was going to affect other people.
Yeah.
So that's why, you know, for me, I never had that luxury to be like, I ain't got no plan B. This is all I'm going to do, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
wait, so what was your plan A?
My plan A is to be a successful comedian, actor, writer.
And what's your plan B?
My plan, I don't necessarily have a plan B per se.
Yeah, but if you weren't doing that, what would you be doing?
If I wasn't doing comedy,
yeah,
I'd probably be teaching because I taught for a year and then I quit to do comedy.
Oh, nice. Okay. Well,
you know what I'm saying? So I was doing comedy and I was going to college. So that's what I'm saying. Like, low key, that was my plan B.
Right.
Because I could have just not went to college. But when I was in college, I was doing comedy.
Yeah.
So when I graduated college, I was like, man, I got this degree and I'm doing comedy, but it ain't like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a show here and there, but locally, I'm going on stage every week, locally. So then I was just like, man, I got this teaching job because I'm like, ain't like I'm traveling like that anyway.
Right.
But the universe play so much, the universe will get you where you need to be. Soon as I got the teaching job, all these shows start coming up.
Exactly.
I ran out of sick days so fast, dude. like I was just calling in.
Yeah.
So we went to spring break. When we went to spring break, I had some more shows. I just didn't go back. I took a leave.
Yeah.
And then and that was in 2005.
Right.
That was my last job in 2005. But going to college.
What grade were you teaching?
6th and 8th grade.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but going to college doing comedy, even though I was passionate and I knew I wanted to do comedy, but I had a son.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I went to college. Because I was like, I don't know what this gonna be. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I gotta provide for this little dude. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I went to college and I got my bachelor's degree. You know what I'm saying? All else fails, I got that. I won't have to, work at a grocery store or something. No disrespect to people who work at grocery stores.
Right.
No disrespect, just saying. I don't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But so I feel like I always had a plan B. Even though I didn't have to use my plan B, I feel like you would be in the same situation. If it was you, if you had a kid young, you wouldn't have that freedom to be like, man, I'm going for by all means. I think people who say that don't have those responsibilities or they're already successful. Yeah, it's easy for you to say that when you already, you the shit.
I'll buy that. I'll buy it. However, I mean, I think there are certain different things that could motivate you other than, having kids and stuff. I think, especially if you got like parents, because we were all born in Haiti. My dad was a soccer coach in Haiti. He was assistant soccer coach for the international team. He was a professor at a college. My mom owned.
You got pedigree.
Yeah, my mom owned restaurants and everything. Yeah. So you like, okay, you gotta make sure you. So I was like, well, if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do something that I love. Number one, something that can make a lot of money, and number two, because that's the one thing. My parents, they were always hard working. They just didn't make that much money.
Right.
So I was like, all right, if I'm gonna work this hard, I'm gonna make some money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Doing it. So I told myself, all right, I'm doing that, but I'm also doing these things, meaning like I'm gonna have my business as well, you know, all that. That's why I started the gym bag company when I moved out here to LA. I was like, I need to support myself so that I can, you know what I'm saying,
follow that dream.
Exactly.
Which is, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think having my son early too also pushed me. Yeah. But I was moving smart. You know, I'm you know, like, hey, that's why you go skydive, they have that backup chute. Like they had that backup chute for a reason, right? Yeah. We know this chute gonna work, but in the case,
do you have a plan B for somebody you dating?
No. Plan B pills? Yeah, I got a little tray by my nightstand. So
no, I'm just saying when you dating, you don't just say, okay, I meet this person and this is it.
Oh no. Well, you know what's funny? Black people don't really date like that though. Like in the black, you know, black girls don't. They don't let you
somebody
date.
Else?
Yeah, like you can't go out with one black girl today and then she call you tomorrow, be like, what you doing? Like, oh, I got a date. Like, what you mean you got a date? Like, I think that's like a white culture thing.
I think I've experienced that as well. Yeah, because I'm honest. You know what I'm saying? That's because
you mess with a lot of white girls. And then you try to take that to Keisha, it don't work.
There's right. Yeah. There's some black ones. There's some mixed ones.
Yeah. Sarah go for that. Sarah be like, okay, well, I just see you, you know. But Keisha be like, what? Oh, okay. All right then.
No, so they don't you think they should understand? You know what I'm saying? Okay, so if mama says shop around, right? I'm dating. If I'm dating, so I found out there's tiers. When I moved to LA, I found out there are tiers. I didn't know this. There's dating, which means you're
free to do whatever.
And there's multiple, right? There's more than two, more than one. And then there's seeing someone. That means
that a little more serious?
That's the ones that you were dating. You put them to the side, like you just pocket them. You don't throw
when
them away.
You're seeing someone.
You pocket them, and you're seeing that one person to see. Okay, how is this going to work? Okay. Right? And if this person fuck up, you go back to the ones that
other people.
You go back to the pocket and start dating again. Oh. So if this one actually is good, then that turns into something serious. Okay, let's make this a thing. And we're together.
Is that what white people refer to as going steady?
I guess so.
Because you remember, I used to always hear that on TV shows that we're going steady. Like, y'all go together? Because black people go together.
Yeah, we go together.
Black people, we go together. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah. And then the marriage and the horse and carriage.
And what's funny with black people, we never actually say we go together. You just kind of wake up one day and y'all go together. Like,
you're like,
it's like this how you know you go together. Would you be mad if I fuck somebody else? Yeah. Would you be mad? Yeah. Well, bitch, we go together.
Exactly. But if you let it last too long though, without saying something, that's when
that's when she start looking at you crazy, side eyed. Yeah.
What are we?
What we doing?
What we doing?
Because it get awkward. Because it get awkward when you get around other people in the introduction.
Right. This my friend.
Yeah. You can't be fucking for like 3 months and be like, this is my friend.
Right.
Like,
Exactly.
Like, bro, I just stayed at your house 3 days straight.
Right.
I'm not your friend.
You're right. We more than that.
You went raw.
Right.
You can't go raw and be like, this is my friend, right? This is my homegirl. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what we are. Okay. That's what we doing. Okay.
Bet.
We'll see.
Right. We'll see. Tell your friends suck your dick.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. That dating is I don't know, man. I never dated like you did. I was always in something. So even when I was young, like I said, I had my kid early.
Well, I was locked down for 12 years.
You was married.
I was with somebody for 4 years, and then immediately after that, I got with somebody else, and we were married for 8 years.
Yeah, and then
it was 2 people for 8 years. So as soon as that marriage ended, it was like, all right,
you was out here.
You
was loose.
I was saying,
that's when you discovered the white girl bought you to drink in it.
Yeah. That's when the white girl bought me the drink. I'm like, okay, let's see how it is.
My wife never bought me a drink.
You know what's funny? My ex-wife never bought me a drink either. That's hilarious.
Yeah,
that's probably when we didn't work out.
It happens, man. It happens. But I feel like I would never encourage somebody to not follow their passion. Mm-hmm. But I would say, move smart, especially if it's like entertainment or sports. You know what I'm saying? Those fields. Like, and if you're going to be a lawyer, by all means, no plan B. You're going to be a lawyer because you have full control of that, I feel. Yeah. But I think with sports and entertainment, it's kind of in your control, but the people really is in control. Like even with football, you can play your ass off, but somebody got to draft you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Also in entertainment as well, if you're black, is even harder. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you probably might need a plan. I don't like to call it plan. Yeah,
a code A.
Let's call it that.
Yeah.
Code A.
Another hustle. How about we say
another
that?
hustle.
Another stream of income.
A hustle to keep your plan A alive.
To another hustle to fund your hustle.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
So,
that's what we got to do.
Yeah. Just like with me, like I'm a comedian, I'm a writer, I'm an actor.
Right.
So I'm like, hey, I'm gonna work in one of these fields at any given time.
Right.
If not all at the same time.
Exactly.
The goal is for me to work at all of them on the same time. My own show, my own movies. You know what I'm saying? So I'm doing all of it, like you did your short.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So to me, my plan B is within my field. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like that's my plan B. Because I started as a comedian. Yeah. Then I transitioned into writing. Then I transitioned into acting. Right. So those are my plan Bs. You know, it's not like, okay, well, I'm gonna get my CDL license. You know, it's not that. right. It's not that. Yeah. But
no disrespect to people with CDL.
No disrespect. No, I feel like all work is honorable. Any work is honorable, man. Like any man get up and go to work every day. I respect that.
Absolutely.
Period.
Absolutely.
And
I think if you're happy, man, that's my number one thing. If you're happy, if you love what you're doing, man, do it. You know what I'm saying? So even if the plan B is something that you love, then that should, that's the code A. You know what
exactly.
I mean?
It's because you think about it. Like, look at a lot of actors when they get old or they get, kind of, the time has ran out. They go to producing. They still in the field. They go to directing. Look how many actors directing now. You know what I mean? So like, and a lot of actors, movie stars coming back to TV. It's like, sometimes you just got to adjust. I don't think it's necessarily a plan B or you failing. It's just you adjusting. You know what I'm saying? It's just like most dudes played college football, didn't get drafted, became a coach.
Right.
You still in your passion. You know what I'm saying? Still your passion. You still doing what you love, just in a different form. You know what I mean? Like you got acting coaches. We all got acting coaches out here. Mm-hmm. Pretty sure they want to be an actor.
Right.
Like, nobody's just like, I just want to teach acting.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because you had that passion, but you was like, okay, this not working, but I can still be in that field. You know? So I feel like, I don't know if a plan B is necessarily a bad thing, you know, especially like I said, in our field. Because I think in anything else, you can just go for it. You know what I mean? Like you could just go for it. You could just go be a doctor. You could just go be a lawyer. You could go be a truck driver. You know, like nothing's going to stop you from doing that if you just take your CDLs. And again, like he said, no disrespect to CDL, because boy, I drove a Tahoe before. I was like, man, damn, I don't know how it is to drive an 18-wheeler, because this Tahoe is hard as hell to park. You know?
Right. Yeah.
So those 18-wheeler dudes, I'd be like, I don't know how they do it, man.
Yeah.
And they got like 18 gears.
Yeah. I mean, I would buy, I would invest in a trucking business though.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
That's smart.
Yeah.
My boy drive trucks.
Yeah.
One of my boys drive trucks, man, cross country, and that's something I want to get into. But the thing about that is, it's all about having that good driver.
Right.
Because if you don't have a dependable driver, the truck ain't moving, you ain't making no money.
Right.
And you got that big ass truck note.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Your truck note like $3,000 a month.
Right.
And your truck parked.
In his park, right.
So it's like, it's a good hustle. It's a good business if you got quality people working for you. Because I know people who actually do that, and I thought about getting into it. But it's just about getting those drivers, man. Like, especially you don't want no young driver. He like, man, I'm going to the club, you know. So I'll go to this concert. Like, hey, man, I got 3,000 cantaloupes.
Right. You got to deliver them things to that Walmart, man.
Yeah,
what you doing?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I feel you.
But man, so I just feel like, a plan B is not for me, is not a plan to fail. That's just how I feel about it. And I think depending where you at in your life, I think it's smart to, like, we changing plan B to another hustle.
Code A.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Code A.
I love it.
Another hustle, man. That's all it is. So
hustle.
if you got a plan B, if you're trying to do your thing, don't feel bad. That's smart. Get your code A, get your hustle on. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing wrong with that. This is what we doing right now.
Exactly.
This podcast is just another hustle. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is, man. You know, but hey, this is what it's gonna be from going forward. Got my man Hess with me.
Yes,
and then we're gonna have Keisha come soon.
Keisha gonna roll through.
We're gonna have our homegirl Keisha. And what y'all don't know is me. Well, I guess you probably do know if y'all follow us. I'm Haitian descent. Hess is Haitian descent. And
I was
Keisha,
born in Haiti.
He was born in Haiti,
in
so he not descent. He is like, yeah, he real. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like I fat, man. Yeah. True Haitian. You know, that's all I know though. That's all I got.
They would call you a Jasper.
Yeah. What was that? A fake Haitian?
Yeah.
Dude, I get called that all the time. Like,
so good,
hey,
man. As
bro,
long as you representing, bro.
I represent, bro.
If you out there in your shows and you got your Haitian flag on your thing, you good.
I represent.
He one of us.
I represent.
He one of us.
You know, because there ain't a lot of us.
Nah.
I got to let them know.
Yeah,
we out here doing it. You know what I'm saying? But so it's me, Hess, both Haitian, and we're going to have our girl Keisha, and she's not Haitian. So we the new Fugees. We the new Fugees, baby. We the comedy Fugees, man. So y'all gonna see us, man. We gonna be popping up everywhere, man. So appreciate y'all tuning in. Appreciate y'all supporting us, man. Like I always say, if you like the podcast, share it with somebody. Tell somebody about it. If you don't like the podcast, share it with somebody so y'all can hate watch and hate talk about it. You know what I mean? So that's how I feel. You can get at me at Malik S Comedy on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Hit my website, get those t-shirts at maliks.com, malikscomedy.com. I'm sorry, malikscomedy.com. Get your t-shirts, get your merchandise. I'm gonna shoot it to my man Hess.
Hey man, everything Malik just said, Hess Wesley at everything, every social media. That's about it.
There it is, man. So we'll see y'all next Monday, man.